if you're still doing everything manually, you might be missing out on some serious opportunities. Last week we were speaking about ghosts, but the real looming cloud on the wedding industry is AI. A lot of businesses want nothing to do with it. As they said to me 10 years ago, I want nothing to do with Instagram, and 12 years ago I want nothing to do with Facebook, and 5 years ago I want nothing to do with TikTok. And guess what? Everyone else has something to do with it, and so now you have to have something to do with it too. I want to talk about the importance of AI in all the different facets of wedding business, and more importantly from the perspective of the consumer and how they're using it, and so how therefore you need to be positioning your business in order to maximize and leverage what AI can do for you. AI is transforming every industry, and the wedding industry is not going to walk away unscathed. It is influencing our industry. It is not just about mid-journey and creating amazing, heavenly-like weddings that we could never achieve in the middle of the water with an incredible table setting and everyone sitting down and dining in the Atlantic Ocean. Changing the way couples discover, plan, and book their dream weddings. And businesses definitely need to adapt to stay ahead of the game. And I want to read from my phone all of my notes because I want to make sure that I cover all of the important topics here. So let's break it down in today's Wedded Business Digest, the impact of AI in weddings. It is not here to replace your creativity or human connection. It's here to enhance what you do. And it is here to make things more seamless, more personalized and efficient. And I'm going to break down how that plays out. Platforms now that have AI functionality are matchmaking couples with venues and suppliers and service providers and styles based on their preferences. So what's happening is consumers are jumping on AI tools such as ChatGPT, such as Gemini, and searching and actually asking questions. I'm looking to have a wedding in Lake Como. Who are the service providers I should connect with? Give me the top 5 venues. Give me 5 planners that plan destination weddings in Lake Como. Give me an outline of what I should do to plan this wedding. What is the average cost of a wedding in Lake Como? No longer are they asking these questions to Google, they're asking these questions to these platforms. And if you don't have this information on your websites, and if you are not being featured on other sites discussing these very topics, you are not going to appear in search on ChatGPT, on Gemini AI and other AI tools that are now not only being used for consumers to plan their weddings, but also to seek, to search and to find you. So they are being used as a search tool by couples, and in order to ensure that you are found, you need to have this content readily available on your sites, because that is where, for example, Gemini AI, which is the Google AI tool, trawls through all of the different sites and actually discovers this content and can feed this content back. It also does a scroll through all of the sites that you've been featured on. And so what happens then is the consumer, I'm going to refer to the bride, asks the question, here's the top 5 planners. Give me examples of their work. Where have they been featured? List out their website. Give me their Instagram and TikTok handle. What questions should I be asking them? AI is being used as the first point of call and the tool for planning for weddings. Automated customer service. Now, this is something that you as a business owner definitely need to be using in AI chatbots and in virtual assistants to handle inquiries. So you should be jumping into ChatGPT and asking questions like, how do I respond to Instagram messages that ask this frequently asked question? For example, create templates of responses for your social media, create templates of examples for your website inquiries, and actually feed in what you currently say and ask ChatGPT, give me 3 examples of what this response can look like in order to get a response from the customer. So for example, I'm receiving a message, and these messages are, how much is this? What is your price point? Where are you located? Send me your packages. How should I be responding to these messages on Instagram to get these guys to actually book in a meeting? You can ask ChatGPT that question, and it will come back to you with responses on how to steer the ship in responding to ensure that those messages that you're receiving are actually being converted from a message to an actual inquiry. You can also create responses for your website, and you can actually set these up. Through your site, for example, you might have a form where people fill out information. A direct response to that form is, thanks so much for your inquiry. If they've selected, I want to have a wedding, then you can set up that response for wedding. If they've selected, I want to have an event or a general inquiry, again, you can have responses set up for that. My suggestion is loading all of those responses into Google Docs, reading over them and testing them, seeing what works on socials, seeing what works on your website, the language that you're using, because the language does differ on LinkedIn to TikTok. So create those responses, ask ChatGPT to assist you with that, and set up those direct responses. It will do you a world of good, and it will be hugely beneficial to your business, because you can start to figure out what best practice actually looks like in the wedding space. So many people, especially business owners, are flying a little bit blind in knowing how to respond. Oh, can I stop getting all of these messages about price? And every single one, I'm going back with a similar response. Let ChatGPT give you a few responses that you can actually trial and test to actually lift that inquiry rate from your messages to booking in a meeting with you, and actually get started on making some of those sales rather than be sitting there all day, every day, responding to direct messages. We definitely need to be working smarter and using these tools to administrate inquiries and conversations that are taking place across all of these channels. Smart marketing and social media. This is my favorite. We do a lot on our platforms through AI tools in managing what captions need to look like, tags, suggested hashtags, best practice in actually itemizing the copy for content. This is a reel. The reel is a father of the bride walking towards his daughter, ready for the first dance. Create a caption for this that is emotive, thought-provoking, in order to engage our community of couples and businesses on Instagram. Because again, captions on Instagram look different to TikTok, or look different to LinkedIn, or look different to Facebook. And so what you can actually do is give me a caption for this reel for these 4 platforms, and ChatGPT will do that for you. And you can actually also say, I need to set the tone here. I'm a little bit conversational. I like to use emojis. I don't like to use emojis. I like to be serious. I like to be quirky. I like to be cheeky. Whatever it is that you want to set your brand tone and your messaging, you can actually train these tools to speak like you, and therefore it lessens the time of editing, and you can really optimize your social media content calendar by using these tools to do the talking for you. So again, from a social media perspective, utilize. Not everyone is a copywriter. Not everyone is good with words. Maybe you're fantastic face-to-face. So many people in the wedding industry are amazing at customer service, but when it comes to posting online, I don't know what to say. You're not a trained journalist or a social media content manager. I understand that. So this can really assist you in building out your tone and your messaging and your responses online, and really, really catapult what it means to actually share content, because a lot of the times what halts and what blocks businesses from sharing is actually what that caption needs to look like. And I do understand that, and I appreciate it. Please use these tools to assist you. In terms of email campaigns, again, automated email campaigns, what they need to look like. What do I actually say here? How do I follow up? Last week I was speaking about the ghosts in the industry, and I don't really know what to say. Use AI. I've been ghosted by this client. I've sent an email and they haven't responded. This was my response. What should I say next? You can actually ask these questions. automated email responses, things like sending out newsletters. What should my newsletter include? This is my website, this is my social media. I want to stay in contact and connection with my community. What should I actually be saying and doing? And again, ChatGPT will give you that flow and that feedback. Now, you always need to review the content. Please do not just copy and paste things, okay? There needs to be a human element behind everything that does go out on your site and on your socials. But 80% of the work and the heavy lifting and the ideation and the organization is now being done through these tools. And so what you're doing is you're adding your creativity and your flair to that. And that definitely makes life a lot easier. Now let's talk strategy. And if you're doing this in wedding business, then here's what you need to do to stay ahead of the curve. I'm going to talk about the actual tools and systems that you need to be leveraging for social media and content creation. So I've spoken about ChatGPT, Canva Magic Write, Runway Generate captions, blog posts, and even video edits, keeping your content fresh. So these are some of the tools that you should be using and looking into. I did also mention Midjourney in terms of content creation and really getting creative. This is an amazing tool for wedding designers and stylists in actually conceptualizing what weddings and events can look like. It also presents you in a different light and gives you a bit of an edge on social, particularly with Gen Z, in showcasing where your brain and your thought process actually goes in design, and I really suggest you use that. In terms of automating client engagement and lead nurturing, so I've mentioned these AI-driven chatbots and AI-powered CRM tools like HubSpot and ManyChat. ManyChat is amazing. So when you see these posts on social that say, comment webinar below, or comment inbox, or comment message me, or whatever it is, that is a ManyChat sequence that's actually been set up, which basically means that that business is posting something, asking you to respond with a particular word, which then takes you directly to direct messages, which starts a conversation. So, for example, I'm a wedding planner. I want to know who is actually following me that's getting married, right? Something so basic. So rather than sitting there and having a bit of a guessing game, you've got 12,000 followers, you're like, who's actually here that I could service? You can create a video and actually say, hey guys, for 2025, we're releasing a new ebook or magazine, or we're releasing our calendar for meetings with couples. And I want to be able to have a 15-minute call with anyone who is getting married that's on here that wants to have a chat about their upcoming event. If you haven't booked your planner, let's get started. Comment planner below so we can get the conversation going. You set up ManyChat, all of a sudden, anyone who comments planner is going to get a direct message that you've set up from ManyChat into their messages. So by sharing that, you may have 5, 10, 15, 20 people that comment planner. Guess what? That's 5, 10, 15, 20 inquiries. So this is how you need to be using these tools to enhance what that journey and what that flow looks like on social media. I'm going to talk about trend forecasting and inventory management. So this is for designers and florists in particular. AI can predict demand trends, helping with stock management and minimizing waste. So this is so cool. What are people actually wanting, and what are they researching online? And therefore, what should I be doing in the content that I'm sharing, but also the products that I'm investing in? So understanding trends, jumping in on ChatGPT and saying, what are brides searching in order of priority? Are they wanting more modern weddings? Are they wanting candles? Are they wanting flowers? Are they wanting vases? Are they wanting chandeliers? What's actually trending in all of this? It will come back to you and tell you what people are actually searching. How powerful is that? So you understand what content needs to be put out there that people are actually seeking and searching online, and you are actually drawing a connection with what the consumer is looking for. Another thing that we're seeing dress designers do, and venues and those who are planners, is virtual dress try-ons. We're seeing 3D venue tours. We're seeing AI-driven wedding vision boards. This is all really helpful. The consumers are looking for it. We actually had a message yesterday from a bride asking for a 3D venue tour of a venue that they found through our website. So there you go. They're already seeking this out because they expect it. And if they expect it, you need to be producing it. So I'm a bride, you want to sell wedding dresses online, you better have a virtual try-on. You better have a consultation strategy ready to go, and a discovery call and a booking, and what a virtual consult actually looks like, right? Selling dresses online, if you're just straight e-com and it's ready to wear, e-commerce, then that's fine. But if you have a concierge service, or you actually need to be able to design that dress for that particular consumer, how are you going to manage that virtually? These are the tools that you can introduce to your business to actually be able to service that customer. And majority of it can be automated, which is amazing. The key takeaway here, AI is not a trend, just like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and everything else is not a trend. It's a tool. It can elevate your business, streamline your operations, and create a personalized experience for your clients. So AI will continue to evolve, and businesses that embrace it early will stand out in the luxury wedding market. The question is, are you ready to innovate? Do not be left behind. Just like Instagram and TikTok and Facebook, just like ChatGPT, ManyChat, you will be left behind if you are not using these tools. You see the businesses who are staying ahead of the curve by actually utilizing this on social, on site, and more importantly, on servicing customers. With the quick response that is expected by customers today, and the very slow response, which I mentioned last week, that is taking place in the industry, this is the number one thing you should be focusing on in setting up your auto responses and ensuring from a social and a digital perspective, you actually have all of those flows and all of the communication ready to go for anyone who wants to touch base with your business in any capacity. Set up your correspondence in terms of any inquiries that come through. Use AI tools in actually presenting what you can do from a design and from an aesthetic perspective. Do your research in what is trending in the wedding market through AI. It does all of the research across all of the channels online. Make sure that your sites are actually set up for success to be found through AI tools, because consumers are using it as a search tool. Stay tuned for more Wedded Business Insights. I love this topic. We must continue innovating. We must use these tools to assist us in our administration and in servicing our customers. Thank you for tuning in.